Welcome back, everybody, for part 3 of our deep dive into the world of umeboshi.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a journey.
It has.
2 whole episodes about Japanese pickled plums.
Who knew there was so much to say?
Right. And we've learned so much along the way. Like, did you know that there's some really cool research going on about the potential for compounds in umeboshi to actually have antiviral properties?
It's pretty wild. From a simple preservation technique to a possible weapon against viruses, umeboshi is full of surprises.
It really is. But here's the thing. Just like jumping into that cold pool, taking a chance on a new flavor can be so rewarding.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. Your taste buds, they're craving something new, something exciting. Umeboshi might just be that unexpected adventure for your palate.
I love that.
Yeah.
And who knows, you might just discover a new favorite food along the way. So today, on this deep dive, we're going to help you take that plunge. We're going beyond just the basics of umeboshi and exploring how this seemingly simple pickled plum can be a gateway to a whole new level of appreciation for Japanese cuisine.
What's so fascinating about umeboshi is that it really challenges our preconceived ideas about what food should taste like. It's not just about sweetness or spiciness, it's about embracing that whole spectrum of flavors. Sourness, saltiness.
And that's where the magic happens. By venturing outside of our comfort zone, we discover new depths of flavor. And more than that, a whole new appreciation for the culinary traditions of another culture. But before we get too carried away with all the delicious ways to enjoy umeboshi, let's take a step back and talk about those amazing health benefits. Because it's not just about the taste. Umeboshi is actually good for you too.
That's right. And we'll dive into all of that right after the break.
But does the science actually back that up?
Well, research on umeboshi is still ongoing, but you know what? Those traditional uses, they weren't just folklore.
Really?
It seems like that citric acid in umeboshi actually gets things moving.
What do you mean?
Well, it can stimulate the production of saliva and gastric juices, which are super important for good digestion.
But hey, emoshi isn't just good for digestion.
Nope. Studies have shown that its high antioxidant content could even be linked to a lower risk of certain cancers.
Wow, so those little red plums are packing a serious health punch. But let's not forget about the energy boost.
Ah, yes, the legendary umeboshi energy boost.
It's a thing in Japan, right?
But you know, even beyond the science, even beyond the health benefits, there's something else about umeboshi that I think really draws people in.
It's that?
That deep connection to Japanese culture. It's more than just food there. It's like woven into their everyday life.
I see what you mean. It's like a symbol, right? Reminds us that exploring a new cuisine isn't just about taste. It's about experiencing a whole different way of life, a different perspective.
It's like taking that leap of faith, like jumping into that cold pool. Trying something new can be a little scary, but once you do it, a whole new world opens up.
You discover new flavors, you gain a new appreciation for another culture, and maybe, just maybe, you even learn something new about yourself along the way.
Exactly. So to anyone out there who's thinking about taking a trip to Japan or maybe just wanting to branch out a bit in the kitchen,
Take the plunge.
try that pickled plum. You might be surprised at what you discover.
And who knows, you might even fall in love with the wonderful, wacky world of umeboshi.
And with that, you'll be one step closer to immersing yourself in the amazing culture of Japan.
Well said. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's talk about some practical ways to bring umeboshi into our lives. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the history of umeboshi, the health benefits, the cultural significance. But now, let's get down to brass tacks.
Let's get practical.
Exactly. How can we actually use this stuff?